Storm has brought strong winds, heavy rain, and snow to parts of Ontario. The southwestern part of the province absorbed the brunt of the system. Snowfall amounts have been felt in Wyerton, Windsor, and London. After temperatures soared into the 20s earlier in the week, chances are it probably rained. 38 millimeters of rain have fallen in Toronto since yesterday. People in Hamilton had to drag out their umbrellas this weekend. Almost 40 millimeters has fallen there. The rain is also causing levels to rise in many areas. Flood safety bulletins have been issued by several conservation authorities. People are being advised to stay away from fast-flowing rivers and streams. Well, torrential rains have caused serious flooding in the South American country of Ecuador. The worst flooding has been felt in the spin to the sunnier cities in Europe. You've no doubt noticed people buzzing around on scooters. That mode of transportation has not traditionally been popular in Canada, but on the southern coast of British Columbia, scooters are starting to catch on, thanks in part to the weather. Oganabosa recently took a walk on the wild side. Okay. Well, looks like a whole lot of fun. Just make sure you wear your helmet. Well, that's Weather Network news for this half hour. Stay tuned for your locals, of course. They're every half hour, every 10 minutes on the 10s. Give our storm line a call if you do see active weather. Stay tuned. Weekend in a row, people in the Maritimes are going to get heavy rain. This was the scene earlier this week after almost 70 millimeters of rain fell on parts of New Brunswick, causing flooding along the St. John River. While the water levels continue to resist this week's flooding, will be able to start testing their water in private wells beginning on Monday. Homeowners will be able to pick up testing kits from various locations, including public health offices. While the expected rainfall this weekend is not as severe as what fell last weekend, a heavy rainfall warning has been issued, popping up all over the country, such as rising temperatures, melting the ice on rivers and lakes. This also means the end of a vital transportation link that will cut northerners off from the rest of the country. APTN's Dave Kellett explains. From British Columbia's central Okanagan, more than 140,000 new trees have been planted in the area. 23,000 students, teachers, parents, and other residents joined in the mass tree planting effort. The trees were put in areas affected by insects, disease, and the 2003 Kelowna forest fire. Organizers are hoping the effort will break 2 Guinness Book of World Records, one for the number of trees planted and the other for the number of people who were involved. The southern Manitoba town of St. Joseph could be the site of another wind farm. The residents of the rural town have been approached by the company involved in building the wind farm in St. Leon. 90 kilometers west of the tiny town, the company hopes to build 64 wind turbines, enough to generate about 100 megawatts of power for Manitoba's hydroelectrical grid. And finally, just a reminder to be watching the Weather Network this evening, as we'll be wrapping up our Emergency Preparedness Week. Wab Rice will explain why it is so important to be prepared in any case of emergency. Well, that's Weather Network news for this half hour. Stay tuned for your locals. Of course, they're every 10 minutes on the 10s. And if you see active weather, give our storm line a call, 1-800-463-9463. Weekend for parts of New Brunswick. Rain started falling yesterday around noon in the St. John area and moved eastward. Moncton and St. John have so far received the majority of the rainfall, with more than 50 millimeters in each city. Transportation officials in Moncton were forced to close the traffic circle connecting the city to the town of Riverview due to flooding. Before it was closed, many cars stalled while trying to navigate the circle. It has since been cleared and reopened to traffic. Now, the rain is expected to clear up later this evening and into tomorrow. Well, today is Mother's Day, and it's a great day in southern Ontario to get out and enjoy the nice warm temperatures and bright sunshine. It's a perfect day to take Mom out for a nice walk in the park. Well, unfortunately, the nice weather also comes with a price. A smog advisory has been issued into Tuesday. Now that spring is officially here, people start planning what they're going to do for their summers. Many families begin to think about where they're going to take their summer vacation. If it isn't already planned yet, in preparation for summer and in search for the great summer tan, many are looking to the great indoors to get them started. Oganabosa has the details. Paul News, farmers in Portugal are hoping a blessing from a local priest will bring them the rain they desperately need. The country is in the middle of one of the feed. Portugal has asked the European Union for financial assistance to help farmers buy the food they need for their livestock. Well, that's Weather Network news for this half hour. Stay tuned for your locals. They're every 10 minutes on the 10s. And if you see active weather, give our storm line a call, 1-800-463-9463. Especially if you're in the Maritimes or even in northern Ontario, where we're seeing some very unsettled conditions. We'd love to hear your take on it. Give our storm line a call and let us know what's going on in your area. We'll be right back. It's created problems for firefighters in the Edmonton area Saturday. A brush fire on the north shore of Wizard Lake near the community of Kalmar destroyed 4 homes and a cabin. Winds gusting at 40 kilometers an hour fanned the flames, making it difficult for crews to contain the fires. One witness says 3 local fire departments were at the scene. Firefighters in Edmonton were also hampered by wind.